All right, I decided it's story time. So I was watching this lady, her name is the Draconic Priestess on YouTube, and she was telling a story about a dream she had about Anubis. And so I was like, was I jealous? No, I'm just kidding. But I had a vision, my own vision about Anubis 2 years ago. And so I was like, oh gosh, I need to share this because I want more people to know about the Akashic records anyway. And so I was trying to get into the Akashic records 2 years ago, and I tend to get visions in January and February each year, and I didn't really know that until I got in. And then every year since, it's just wild. I'm like transported. But so what happened was that I was trying so hard to get into the Akashic records. So I got the Pathway book from a lady who writes about that stuff, and it has a pathway prayer in it, and so it like talks about the things you need to say to the masters of the records to get in and things like that. And so I said all the different things, and you have to be open-minded, and you have to make sure that you don't have any preconceived notions of what needs to be correct spiritually. So you just have to be open and whatever. And so I don't know how I was open, but I think it's maybe natural. And so I was laying there, and I just got transported to this gorgeous, beautiful white like castle, like flat-topped castle with stairs going up it and pillars all around it. And I saw Anubis, and so I followed him because I assumed that he was my guide, because I think I read in the book that whatever vision you get will be relevant to your life now, and whatever happens, you just follow the guide. You follow the guide. So I followed him, and he had those like bouncy legs like you see in the pictures of deities of Anubis, and he was bouncing up those stairs so fast, and he like ran out to the rooftop, and he looked up at the moon. There was this huge moon, full moon, that was up, and he was just looking at it, and almost like he was waiting, like, is it time, is it time? And then I transported into me and what I was doing at that time, and I was a human, and I was giving birth by the river, and it was painful. I was like, ugh, not again. I'm just kidding. But it was painful, and I was like, why am I a human with this deity? And like, it just didn't make any sense. But I watched, and as soon as I gave birth, he ran up the steps of the castle thing, and he howled at the moon, and I saw a physical like white mist type of like circle of an echo. And then I asked my guides and angels through meditation what that is, and they said that every time a spirit is born, they have a sound associated with them. Our names in heaven, they're like sung. Everyone has a sound, and everything is a symphony, and we're all part of like a tapestry that's always moving and changing depending on other people's decisions, and it's crazy. But so then he ran up, and he howled, and he was excited, and then he ran back down, and he like grabbed me, and he helped me up, and I put my arm around his like skinny waist, and he had like broad shoulders and a skinny waist, and I just was like crying because the true love, the unconditional love that he was pouring into my direction was something I've never experienced in my life. And it was so overwhelming and so needed. It's like I felt like I needed it. Like I was drinking in his love, and I was just like, and I was crying, and so then I started telling him about my life in this life. And I was like, it's so terrible. We always feel like that whenever we're not in this world. We always are like, wow, you notice how bad it is. but you know, it's like school and we're doing our things, we're getting rid of our karma. Unless you are already on your dharmic path, which is really lovely. Some people are like super good light workers. Good. There's no good and bad. I just mean like some people are on their dharmic path. I finally am, but I'm not a deity. So when I was holding him, I was trying to figure out if I was in love with him, because I just had never felt anything like that. I'm getting hives because I'm so nervous. I know it's so embarrassing, but I don't know. I just felt something. So anyway, but I could feel that it was a platonic kind of love, and that he was just super loving and like a confidant, like a friend. So then we were walking, and it was like pillar, like big white pillar after pillar, and then I would see the night sky, and it was like I was soaking it all in, because I was like, man, am I ever gonna feel like this again? I don't know. And he just was like, I could see his snout and his teeth and like the saliva coming off of his teeth, and I was like in love with it. I was like blessing every single thing that I saw from him, because I just felt so much gratitude and so much love. And then I turned into a snake. Like it was like it turned into a different, like what happens after, which I guess my soul like spread into pieces or something, like small things. My angels told me that. I still haven't really figured out why. I guess they say that when you go through something pretty traumatic, your soul just splits like that, like Voldemort. But it has to be something more beautiful and more intricate, because it always is, and something that makes sense and something that's not scary, because there's really not that much fear of anything on the other side. But I wanted to share that, and I hope it was a fun story.